We all know how tricky it can get when you're towing cargo or a trailer and can't really see what's behind you. And it's totally understandable how driving with stock mirrors feels like guessing what's hiding in the blind spots. So we decided to fix that once and for all. We went with the Clearview next-gen towing mirrors, and today we're going to talk about how they've actually made towing a lot easier. Now, you'll find a whole bunch of towing mirrors in the market, but to be honest, none felt like a solid option until we saw this one. This one has that solid appearance and profile that seemed like a good match for our build. Although we have the non-electric model, these wing mirrors come in both electric and non-electric versions available. The electric version features some smart features we usually get to see, like folding, unfolding, angle adjusting, and so on. We also get to see these Cat 5 blinkers on the electric version, blind spot monitors, heated glass, and so on. The non-electric version looks and the core is about the same, just we don't get the electric features. Everything is adjusted by hand, no buttons or motors. Both versions have the plug-and-play setup process, and the electric version uses the factory wires and cables of the car, which explains why it supports all the smart features your stock one had. Build-wise, they felt quite tough to us. We could tell they're designed for the kind of roads we usually drive. The dual mirror setup doesn't really feel like an aftermarket. They feel more like your stocks on steroids. They blend quite well with the build, and they don't feel awkward from the driving seat. Their mirror configuration also felt simple yet effective. The top mirror gives a true one-on-one reflection, so whatever we see here is exactly what's happening behind, which is of course a huge plus when reversing a trailer or trying to judge distance while towing. The lower mirror, on the other hand, gives a wider field of view and noticeably reduces blind spots. And we think together they give a complete picture of what's happening behind us, and that alone makes a world of difference on the road. Now, of course, as they're towing mirrors, they extend for a full view with a trailer behind. Each side extends and locks into 3 positions: retracted for everyday driving, half extended for tighter areas, and fully extended when towing. Once extended, they add about 180 millimeters of reach, which kind of looks like this. They give plenty of visibility around a trailer or wide load. Stability is quite strong, unlike the cheaper towing mirrors. Even when fully extended, the mirrors stay steady without any wobble or vibration. That double-arm design really does its job. The only thing bothered us was they felt a bit stiff at first, and to mitigate that, it's recommended to lubricate them with WD-40 once in a while. Lubricating them isn't really that hard. You just have to extend them completely, open the cover, and spray WD-40 on the mirror arms. Then simply close the cover and do the extend-retract movement for a few times, and that's all. We've been running them for months now, and the difference in visibility is noticeable. Judging distance while overtaking or merging used to be a bit confusing with trailers, but now we can actually see what's going on behind us. The flat mirror helps line up perfectly when reversing, while the lower convex mirror keeps us aware of everything else around the rig. And when we're not towing, we can retract or just fold them in close, just like factory ones, so we can still park in tight spots without worrying about clipping anything. Durability-wise, these things feel like they were made to survive the outback. We've driven through heavy rain, thick dust, and they've held up just fine. The housings feel solid, and the hinges still move smoothly even after all the use. To us, the Clearview mirrors felt simple, functional, and easy to live with. We really like that replacement parts are easy to get. If a mirror glass cracks or a hinge gets damaged, you don't have to buy a whole new unit. And the matte finish blends perfectly with the rest of the vehicle, which makes it look like it came that way from the factory. Now, there are a few trade-offs. Being the manual version, we obviously don't get the fancy features like heating, electric fold, or built-in cameras. But honestly, for our setup, we don't need any of that. We'd rather have something mechanical and reliable than deal with electric failures in the middle of nowhere. The mirrors are a bit wider than factory ones, so you do feel the extra width at first, but you get used to it pretty quick. We have also seen some reports on their compatibility issue for a few vehicles. And if you own newer SUVs, the style might not match, like this Lexus GX460. Now, it's understandable that these mirrors are bulky and not everyone is a fan of its looks. If you're one of them, you can check their compact version. And with this one, you get one single convex mirror that can show a wider field of view behind. Look-wise, we think these mirrors fit much more with daily drivers. So if you're a weekend camper and need to tow only once in a while, this version can be a good fit for you. Both models are pretty much plug and play and use the factory wires and cables of the vehicle. So, after using them for months, we can say these mirrors solved a real problem for us. We went from constantly second-guessing our rear view to having full confidence every time we tow or reverse. They're sturdy, dependable, and built for real use. And for anyone running an overland rig, camper, or even a work truck, we think these mirrors are absolutely worth the upgrade. And that's how we fixed our visibility problem. Let us know what you're using on your rig, and if you've tried Clearviews before, share your experience down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.